Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be a little bit of a different video. As you guys may have seen on Twitter the last couple of days, there's been a few Fortnite topics trending. Hashtag rip Fortnite, and then a day later, hashtag thank you Epic. And I will say off the start, obviously, you know, I have a lot to thank Epic for personally. This isn't the first time I've seen these come out on Twitter. It seems to come out when something controversial happens and, you know, people realize, you know, they kind of dog on Fortnite, but then they also realize, wow, this game's done a lot. And you know, it's the content creators, it's the pro players, it's the vocal minority, which is one thing I'm going to touch on, that are upset with some changes to the season. And, you know, I'm a little upset with some of the changes too, but I want to make this video today to, you know, give my opinions on it all. And of course, just give my general thoughts on the latest season of Fortnite and kind of where the state of Fortnite's at right now. So kicking things off, what are people upset with in the latest season? And I think a lot of it revolves around a few things, some in-game core mechanics and some things outside of that. Especially with the content creators, pros. I'm talking stream sniping. There was something about wagers being banned, and I think that was always kind of a thing, that they just never enforced it. Now they're enforcing it, and I think the general tone of what's being pushed is, you know, game's not fun, or game's unfair, or I'm getting stream sniped, so I'm not enjoying my time as a content creator. And somewhat valid. You know, I stream on YouTube. Stream sniping sucks, especially when they come to eliminate you. You know, you get your good guys. Shout out PMax, shout out Bwap. You know who you guys are. They come in, they drop off some loot, and that's a good person. But, you know, you get your people that try to get a reaction out of you, try to eliminate you, and it's a very frustrating experience. That's one thing around the conversation that is a little hard. Like, as providing a solution to how the Epic could fix that, I'd say maybe enforcing more of the stream sniping rule. But at a point, the lines could get blurred. You know, so many people made fun of Ninja for, you know, calling out this stream sniper, but now everyone's doing it, and everyone's like, yeah, this is okay. But you know, when Ninja did it, it wasn't cool. It was like, oh, wow, I'm going to get him banned. And now they want him banned. Because guess what? Yeah, it's annoying. But what happens when things are in the gray area and you don't know if he was a stream sniper and someone gets falsely banned? Like, you can't automate that. That's something they'll have to go down to, like, some kind of AI system. And AI needs to learn, so there'll be mistakes. And mistakes, people get banned. So they got to weigh them up. And, you know, people are spending real money on their skins. So if they get banned, they lose their skins. It's not an easy thing to fix. That's why I want to make sure people know. It's like, I would just suggest to streamers, you know, you run your stream delay and stuff like that. But aside from that, the other thing I want to talk about is like the gameplay elements. You know, people don't like the primal shotgun. They find it unfair, not skillful is the words I'm hearing. And then you've got the other side, which is the crafting system. People find it annoying. People find it boring. People don't want to grind to find their stuff. They just want to get in and play. I think that speaks a lot to like the retention of the players these days. You know, the first week I really enjoyed, you know, the crafting system. I thought it was very intuitive, very cool, like scavenging to get better upgrades. But now even myself, you know, after you play a couple games, that wears off. You just want to get your spaz, get into a fight and play Fortnite, which is fair enough. And it's really hard. You know, Fortnite, they're trying to introduce a new mechanic every season to keep the game fresh. They have to do that. They have to make the game different so that it's not the same thing, because if you play the same thing over and over again, it's boring, it's bad. And the problem with that is that people hate change, so you've got to try and find this balance point of not too far from the original but new enough so that it's, you know, refreshing to play. And the difficult part with that is that Fortnite, you know, back in chapter 1, they kind of stabbed themselves in the foot because they, you know, introduced updates every week and set a precedent for this is the weekly update. And then in chapter 2, they turned it down a lot, and we were getting updates every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, and they weren't that crazy as they were. Like, we were getting a new weapon every like week in Fortnite back in chapter 1. And, you know, as far as my opinion of, you know, is the primal shotgun overpowered? It feels a little cheap, sure. It feels very frustrating to die to, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of people aren't giving, you know, Epic enough time to gather the data on it. You know, they want it nerfed immediately. It's like they have made changes in the past that were too quick, I feel like. And I think they know that as well. You should give them time to make sure that they can make the right decisions. You know, they're gathering data on every kind of aspect of the game to see what is broken and what isn't. The competitive side of things is a completely different story. I feel like they do need to listen more to the competitive players to formulate something that they're both happy with. But the problem there lies in the attitude of the competitive players. They just scream, you know, guns dog, guns overpowered, game's broken. Even if you have some kind of good formulated idea of how you think, you know, you could have a good competitive game, you're just gonna get thrown out the window because you're not being respectful. And, you know, that is the space, and, you know, people will get older and realize, but the people in the community, like your boogers, your Benji fishies, like, you know, they'll have their moments where they'll be heat of the moment, you know, dial up primal shotgun and be mad, fair enough, but they won't just go on Twitter and tweet out games dog, or game's dumb, or stuff like that. And the reality of it is that game dev is hard. You can't make everyone happy, so you have to make the most amount of people happy. And how do you do that? Through analytics. And that's what they work off. And for the most part, people on Twitter saying rip Fortnite, game dead, primal shotgun, two-tap me, yada yada, bows suck, crafting sucks. You're probably the vocal minority. There's probably a lot of people in the data showing that they're actually playing more and playing longer. And that might be your entry point into when you started playing Fortnite. Like myself, I'm personally a little bit burnt out of it. Been playing for 16 seasons, probably meant to happen. But people that started late chapter 2, probably loving it. Probably the majority of the players. I can only make assumptions on playing the game every day and having a good kind of pulse on what's going on. A lot of my personal frustrations with the game come down to my actual just region. As you guys know, we don't have arena duos, we don't have arena box fights, and that's mainly because we can't support the player base of our region. We have a small player base. That's why we get small prize pools, because we have less players. And that's just unfortunate. I don't really know what can be done there. And a lot of the streamers out there, they complain about getting stream sniped in arena. We can't even play arena because like it takes 5-10 minutes to queue. I was playing the Twins the other day at 4k points 2-3 days after the reset. We couldn't find a game after 15 minutes. But that makes sense, and I understand the situation. What are they going to do? We only have so many players, so we have to have less game modes to fill more slots. It's probably why we have a higher bot count in our pubs too, because we need more players. I think the toughest thing for me personally as a content creator for Fortnite, I'm dealing with my own kind of YouTube burnout. That's a separate issue. But in Fortnite specifically, it just feels like the content arms race has caught up. What can be done has been done, and someone on the platform needs to innovate, because it's the same thing. Everyone just revolves around kind of the Fortnite ecosystem of the skins coming into the game, or the news, or the updates, new gun comes to the game. That was cool 2 years ago. Now it's just everyone. And I'm trying myself personally to try and, reinvent the content wheel, but it's very hard. There's a lot more people in the game now. A lot more people are trying harder, trying to get their uploads up faster, when new things come out. And that's part of the game. Ain't no one gonna knock that. But I just feel as a content creator for Fortnite, I have a lot of responsibilities to keep on making good content. And, a lot of that is the reflection of my viewership. The new season came out for Fortnite. I am always ecstatic. It is one of my favorite times of the year when a new season of Fortnite comes out, because there's all this new content. I posted 2 videos of the new season, and then I didn't post for a week. I've never done that. And then the big problem for me is when I did return after a week, the viewership on that was probably the worst video I've uploaded in my last 1,000 uploads. Think about that, 1,000 uploads. I was sad. But this YouTube game is very much a roller coaster. It goes up, it goes down, it can go up a lot, it can go down a lot. And you just got to get not too attached to the numbers, because then that can really ruin your mental health. And that's harder than you think. And I like to think that I'm detached from it, but I'm really not at the same time. And obviously it goes without saying, seeing declining viewership in the game you love, that sucks. I will probably in some capacity be uploading Fortnite for the rest of my life. This is too much of a game I love, too much of an identity. Like, I have a skin in the game with fucking Iron Man and Halo, and I will never quit Fortnite. I will never. I will take breaks. I may play other games, but this will always for me be home for my YouTube channel. Like, quite seriously, I look forward to being 50 years old, cranking 90s. And if I die, I'll be really pissed off. But for the time being, I see a problem with Battle Royale. I see the general retention of it getting lower and lower every season, like I mentioned. And I think one of the big things that I've been doing and investing a lot of my time into is creative mode. As you guys saw, that the creative mode 2 is going to allow a lot more tools to people to get creative with Fortnite. Everyone can kind of know that that is the future, but I'm personally investing a lot of time into it beforehand. Obviously with my Power Create team, KK Slider, Dolphin Dom, Wart Andrew, we signed them to Power a couple months back. Oh, Jesus, almost half a year now at this point. And we've just been working on creative maps, because for me, I don't see a lot of content future in Battle Royale. The power shift's going to go to creative. You're going to get a lot more tools to do things. You're going to have a lot more driven people in the community to make awesome projects that could outscale Battle Royale. And I think Fortnite knows that. I think Epic knows that. And that's something that I'm focusing a lot of my time into. And so if you haven't already been following our progress, make sure to follow our Twitter at Power Create. We've got an awesome map coming out next month, and I'm excited to get it out there because it's a big project we've been working on for a while. In conclusion, my thoughts on season 6. I understand and have some same frustrations with a lot of, you know, the community on how the game is and how it currently feels to play. I still enjoy playing it. With that being said, I'm gonna take a lyric out of one of Drake's songs. I still love it, but I used to love it more. That's very applicable to me. I definitely had more fun in the past than I'm having now. That's fine. I could do that in several ways along the line. Season X, I had the worst fun, and then it changes every season depending on so many variables. And wrapping it up with that hashtag thank you Epic. You already know you're the best in the gaming business. I've been doing this YouTube gig for, I think I just hit 9 years, doing Fortnite for probably a third of it. Epic is the best gaming company that has ever catered to content creators. And that's not me capping. That's just the fact and the reality of my experience. You know, obviously I haven't, been in other games, but I've been in things like Minecraft and Pokemon. The level of attention that Epic has given, the Fortnite creators is something that has, I think, definitely ensured the long-term growth of Fortnite. I'm just excited for the future of what holds in other areas of Fortnite, specifically creative. Content is going to be less often, but hopefully more impactful. Every time you see it, you want to click it, and I'm trying to ensure and guarantee it's a good video. I'm not trying to rush it, not trying to get it out for the sake of getting it out early. But yeah, thank you to everybody who watched all the way through on today's video. I'll be back later this week with a cheeky little video. Make sure to stay subscribed to catch the YouTube streams. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.